So you've made it. You've come a long way in your studies, and now it's time for you to showcase your scientific or literary works to the world. When it comes to publishing your scientific texts, you're spoiled for choices. Not only do you have the conventional book formats, such as monographs, textbooks, and edited volumes, but you also have a variety of journal types, different formats of articles, such as full-length articles, research-to-practice papers, review articles, letters or opinion pieces, clinical case studies, and many more. You also have the option to go for full-length or abstract-based conference proceedings. The question that most early researchers face is, how do I know which publishing routes are better for me? There is no absolute best way to publish your research, and quite a lot of it depends on your work, field of study, and future aspiration. But here's a good starting point. If you're considering publishing a book, then most probably you have written a substantial piece of scientific work, often in the form of a thesis or dissertation. You might also be in the literature review stage of your studies, where you have gathered and synthesized a substantial amount of works of previous scholars, and you know that you might not be able to fit all of it into your thesis. So you're looking for a way to benefit from all the hours that you've put into writing those long texts, and publishing them in a book format may sound very appealing. If so, I have several points for you to consider before embarking on this journey. First off, writing and publishing a scientific book is a very lengthy process. Depending on your discipline, the publisher, and the amount of time you can spend on drafting and the revisions, it may take you anytime between a year and 3 years to see your published book on the library shelf or digital platforms. Even if you think you have prepared the perfect manuscript based on your thesis or dissertation as a monograph, the publishers will most certainly ask you to change many sections of your text to fit that publisher's writing style and quality standards. Exceptional cases aside, you can never just take your thesis or dissertation chapters as they are and forward them to your book publisher as your first book draft. You will eventually go through several revisions and drafts before the style and content satisfy the publisher's requirements. Your publisher, however, would most probably ask you to submit a sample chapter and a book proposal in the earliest stages so that the editor can decide if your book is worth publishing. This fact, of course, should not discourage you from pursuing that goal if you work in a field that requires you to have a published book to be promoted in academia. As I understand, most disciplines in social sciences, arts, and humanities value published books. So if you're mentally prepared for a lengthy process with multiple revisions, you will be less frustrated. Another underrated and important point in the realm of book publishing is that for most early stage researchers, like postdoctoral researchers and lecturers, an edited volume book format could be a better option before embarking on publishing a monograph or a textbook as a single author. The reason is that several other researchers and experts will participate in writing other chapters in an edited volume. Not only will this be a better book publishing experience as you learn from your peers and other experts in your field, but you will also have higher chances of finding a reputable co-author to contribute to the research or the writing part. In practice, they act as your additional supervisors or mentors, and you will have the opportunity to learn various writing strategies from established researchers in your area of work. Most importantly, because of their expertise and reputation, this type of book usually receives a higher number of citations that, in turn, can count towards your academic credit and promotion. Publishing in conference proceedings has gained momentum and popularity in recent years. The reasons could be the conference's less strict publishing rules and a quicker publication process. But remember, most conference organizers require you to pay for the venue and the publishing cost. So if you're on a budget, aim at conference papers if you have to spread the word about your very exciting and cutting-edge research fast, so that you have an official record of being the first one or the first team that came up with a discovery, particular idea, conceptual design, or software. Other than that, conferences are good places to be inspired and receive immediate feedback for your work in progress and early research results, for example, your pilot study. You can of course publish full-length papers with significant research results as often required by the conference organizers in their call for abstracts. However, you will most probably receive more citations and attention by publishing a journal article than a conference paper. This is one of the main reasons that I continue to focus most of this course on publishing journal articles. While both conference papers and journal articles often go through the double-blind peer review process, journals have more strict rules for the content, writing style, novelty, and significance than conferences. Thus, articles more evidently receive more visibility in major indexing services and higher ranks in referencing and other digital research platforms. You're also more likely to receive academic and research promotions with fewer but higher quality journal articles than numerous conference papers. Publishing several articles from a completed thesis or dissertation instead of publishing one large monograph is also a better option for early researchers. Not only will you be able to publish articles quicker than a book, but also multiple published articles will most likely receive more citations. The reason is that no matter how many times a scholar consults your book for various ideas and results, they will only cite your book once. If by now you have decided to publish an article, head over to the next lecture where I offer multiple suggestions for choosing a set of suitable journals to publish your present and future works.